Good evening, everybody. It's Tyrannus Cosplay here with another exciting episode of Tyrannus TV, and I'm working on, yes, another commission, yes, another sword. There will be some variety turning up sooner or later. I've got some helmets and some shields to do as well, but at the moment, it seems everybody likes the swords I'm knocking out. This sword is a little different. This is the sword from the Highlander movie from the 80s, combined with some of the details from the Highlander sword from the 2000 movie. There's a reason. Okay, so in case you're not familiar with the story, I think there's been some changes to my... Finn, how are you? Tim Tam Kangaroo Army, that's us. Good evening, Finn. Yeah, it looks like my typeface has changed and my cup has changed and some things. I'll have to get to work on that. I see you there in the background. That's for me?
Yes.
Cool. Thank you very much, Lee. I'll tinker over that later on. You're only here for around 15 minutes? That's okay, I'll be here for a little bit longer than that. Okay, so I'm working on the MacLeod Sword, and the MacLeod Sword goes through a bit of a change. Going on vacation at 12! Woo! The MacLeod Sword goes through a change. Initially in the Highlander movie released in '86, there's a very distinct sword. 960 kilometers to knock out, to drive to knock out today. Okay, that's a bit of a trek. That is a bit of a trek. The sword that he uses in the '86 movie, the Highlander, is not the same as the sword used in the 2000 Highlander Endgame movie that has a flashback to the same time frame that's in the Highlander. But having a chat to the customer, what we're going to do is we're going to incorporate the same details from the hilt up in the Highlander game, the Highlander movie, and from the hilt down from the, sorry, let's rephrase that. From the hilt up, it's going to be from the Endgame movie. From the hilt down, it's going to be, or the crossguard down, it's going to be from the original movie. Yes. Neon Absolution is part of the Tim Tam family, is indeed. IQ Workshop, good afternoon. In this case, it's very much a good evening. It's 10 minutes to midnight. So what I'm going to do tonight is, first of all, I'm going to change the camera over. So, I did some shaping on the blade, and I have a okay, so in answer to your question, yes, the steel sword blade, longer and narrower widthways, okay. And I did the same type of profiling. Let's see if we can't give you a camera on shot to see if it gives you a little more of an idea. There we go, perfect silhouette there. So yes, I have a shallow taper from the ridge out towards the edge of the blades, and then at the edge of the blade I have a 45-degree taper. Okay, so that's the silhouette there, kinda. Yep. Okay, so it's a long blade that makes much more sense than that pointy thing from the 2000s version. It also means that I have room in the blade to hide the core and the weights that he wants. He wants it to be a little more hefty. This one's almost a kilo now, with the lead sinkers in it, and the core can go all the way down to about here safely. Okay, so what I've got to do tonight is I need to remove the texture from the crossguard and the quillions so that I can make my 2mm foam and 5mm foam cutouts. So the idea is I'm going to use a 5mm foam disc here, and all the raised details will be 2mm foam cutout, and they'll be applied to, in this case, the 5mm disc, and straight to the quillions for the tangled dragon and the square knot. Putting it on the sword like so. First I want to remove the texture here. Now, I just got home from work, and the guys who attend my quiz are aware of my extracurricular activities, and one of them is a cobbler, and noticed that I was dipping paddle pop sticks into tins of contact adhesive to do my gluing, and gave me a cobbler's glue pot. So basically, you fill up this reserve with contact adhesive, and as long as it stays above that line there, you got no issues. That's the little cup that holds the brush, and as long as the bristles of the brush stay damp in the glue, they'll never dry out. So yeah, thought that was rather nice of him. I poured what was left of my contact adhesive into it. Tomorrow I've got to get some more contact adhesive anyway, but that's now an incentive. But I thought that was really nice of him. Yes, he came down and did some work on a foam gun a couple of weeks ago as part of one of my Sunday open door workshops. So yeah. Okay, before I get into tonight's Tim Tam pack, I need to do some dremeling. I don't want Dremel dust through my Tim Tams, so let's not do that. Okay. I'm going to start off with the 80 grit, or 60, whatever it is, and remove this texture. I don't really need to remove a lot of the texture off the handle because I want to glue another 5mm layer of foam on both sides of the handle to give me more meat to round off. So now that I've said that out loud and I've gone through the process in my head, I do need to remove all of that remaining texture. So I'll do that all in this one hit, I suppose. Now the only part of this surface that's going to end up being exposed is the last 2/3 of each of the quillions. So essentially just from here out to the tip on both ends, and then most of it's going to be masked over with the 2mm foam overlay anyway, but I still need to get it relatively smooth and plain for the background behind that stuff. So, let me sing you the song of my people. That's too slow. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it's the woman with the giant banana in her workshop. She's yelling at cosplay. Before I go, remember that friend I was telling you about, the one that didn't think she could hold an audience on Twitch? I convinced her to get on last weekend, and she is hooked. Good. Good, good, good. More creative peoples in the Twitch world. I love it. That showed up and brought a bunch of people. She had a blast. That's what we want. That's what we want. People who actually want to be on Twitch because the community makes it an enjoyable experience for them. As long as they're giving us enjoyable content, we give them enjoyable participation. I freaking love it. And there is a big fat follow for her from me. Boink! Because you're suggestible. Yep, same. Okay, so that's one side cleaned off. Oops. I lost my preview camera, I can't see what I'm showing you. One side cleaned off, and yes, I know one side of Quillian's is a different shape than the other. That's because I cut it from this side and I expect the blade kicked out, but I'd much rather the blade kick out than in so that I have more meat to work with, and I only really need it that wide anyway. So once I cut out the 2 mils and I stick them on, I can then bring that back to the right size with the Dremel, which I will do, just not right now. Okay, so there's that. Think she's going to be doing it mostly on weekends due to real life work and stuff. She's got. You're off to Florida. I didn't think you were that old, dude. But hey, you know, if Florida's where you go on holidays, then it's fine. Enjoy your break now. Okay, back to the Dremel to get this surface done as well. Kangaroos! Boggy, how are you? Thanks for sending through the friends request. Now we're like mates. Okay. So that's cleaned the texture off of that, which is, it's still very rough, and it doesn't matter that it's still very rough because it's got a long way to go before the finishing process. As I said, what I want to do is Redneck MacGyver is now hosting me. Thank you very much, Redneck. Appreciate that. I'm going to add a layer of 5mm on either side of the handle to give me the ability to round that off in a more ovate shape. That half shield of 5mm I'm going to do as an entire standalone piece. So I'll make those center pieces completely, and then I'll apply them to the sword rather than applying the half disc and then applying all the foam and overlay to it. What I want to do is the quillions on the crossguard. I want to do that pattern, but I want to bring the 2mm foam in so that the 5 sits on it nicely. So that's the sword, and basically it's ready just to be put away to the side while I work on the detail bits now. And yes, there is a bit of the crossguard sticking out because the plan is to make the pommel to attach the end. Now, we use a lot of foam floor mats to make stuff, but I discovered this lovely chunk of foam right here. That goes there, and this goes here. This is the end off of one of those yoga rolls that are 90 centimeters long that they roll their bums on and their legs on and stuff. And I thought, what a lovely way to get a solid block of foam to make things like pommels with, instead of layering 4 or 5 pieces of 10mm foam together and then shaping them and ending up with the lines through it from the glue lines. So I cut myself a slice off the end of that big old roll as long as I want my pommel to be high, and cut out a chunk that I can start carving, and I still have all of that to make another 4 or 5 pommels out of at a later date. I thought I was being really clever. You need my advice. Oh, you poor bugger, you really are in a sad place. You've been asked to be on a panel at Kansas City Comic-Con. For the panel, I will be building a 7 foot Frostmourne sword. What's the best way to keep it in scale? I pull my game art. I save my game art off with my graphics packages as a PDF, an Adobe Acrobat PDF, and I scale it at 100% of what I want. So in this case, I made the artwork 118 centimeters, save that as a 7 foot Frostmourne. Okay, so I would save the artwork as Frostmourne as 7 foot big, 7 foot long. Yeah, as a PDF, bring it into Adobe Acrobat, and Adobe Acrobat allows you to print a PDF at 100% size over multiple pages. So if you're in the States and you're using letter-sized paper, you just tell your printer that you're running letter-sized paper, and it will go, okay, this is going to take 12 pieces of letter-sized paper to print out the sword at 100% in scale. I find it's the easiest way. You have a 6-page printout of your shoulder canyons, so I could create the poster for 2 foot long. There you go, see? But yeah, I messed around with trying to get all my other graphic packages to print at 100% size over multiple pages, and that used to be the default years ago on the old Commodore 64 or whatever. If you got your paper your artwork to cover 20 pages and you hit print 20 pages later, it would be printed out at 100%. Now it scales it down onto an A4 page, or worse, just gives you one A4 page with whatever amount of image fits on that center page. It's a pain in the ass. Okay. Okay, so now, in with my little sharp scalpel and start relieving it is a pain in the bum, but once you work out that one small thing, I find it really easy now, and it's my default. I'll save it as a PDF, go to Adobe Acrobat, boom, 100%. It shows you a preview of it overlaying the pages that it needs to do, and away it goes. And now that I've stopped grinding dust, it's Tim Tam time. And just good old-fashioned originals tonight. There you go. Tim Tam time. You know it. You're welcome. See? I do what I can. Now, if I had one of those vinyl cutters or pattern cutted printers, whatever they call the blinking things, I would pull this image back into Photoshop. Hey, it could be worse, it could be Balinese. I would pull this into Photoshop and blow it up massively on the screen, and it go around all the lines that I'm cutting with a 1 or 2 pixel thick line, delete the background, and then use that to give me a guide for the paper cutter. But I don't got a paper cutter, one of them fancy printer thingies. So bear with me while I do this the good old-fashioned way. Thank you. I have a printer to use that can print any size up to 24 inches wide as long as I need it to be. The PDF. Well, see, the PDF is a solution for those of us who have to print on smaller page sizes, so the image will spread evenly across any page. If you've got a printer 2 foot wide and any length as you need, then you don't need to worry about transferring to a PDF. Just go into your art software and scale your image up to 100% of whatever you want, and then print it out in whatever format you like to that massively big, you're a spoilt bastard size printer. Yeah, and you'll be fine. You hope to be streaming the build on Twitch. We hope so too. Man, we'd love to be watching more creatives doing their builds on Twitch. Definitely a case of the more the merrier. The cannons I printed went to the printer larger than you meant to print. Then I needed a second copy and forgot which scale I printed the first one at. So I was a good girl and remembered to write down the scale for the second printing. Exactly, write that shit down. I had a bit of a win today. I gave a friend quite some time ago OBJ files for Captain Mal Reynolds' distinctive gun from Firefly. And I've always wanted that gun, but the quality of the files that I found and I gave to him were not up to par in his eyes, and we never went any further along the path of printing it. So he contacted me yesterday and said that he got some really good high quality 3D files for that gun, has printed a couple out, is happy with his end result, made some resin casts, and was wondering if I was interested in getting a resin cast of Captain Mal's gun. And of course I said fucking yeah, but things are pretty bloody tight. I can't afford one, so sorry. We have a build for build exchange going on. I'm going to build a little something that he wants. He's going to build a little something that I want. I'm going to get myself that Captain Mal gun. And to tell you the truth, I don't care if it's the TV version or it's the movie version. I love them both. Good thing is, he doesn't have to send it from America or anywhere, so I don't have to worry about customs holding the thing either. He's a local boy to me. Shit, really? Why are you not letting go? Laugh, love, Lindy. How you doing? Thanks for joining us again tonight. Appreciate your company. Now, of course, when cutting out stencils, it's always important to remember to plan ahead and not to forget about the hollows in the middle of letters like the A and the E and the O and the D. They're just going to go wherever they damn well want, aren't they? No, no, there can't. There can be only one. Have you? Your Twitch link should be easy, Borgie. All we got to do is right click on your name. Click on your name and click follow down the bottom there. Just like that. And then whenever you stream, we will be notified that you have gone live, dude. That's how easy it is. That's it, the circuit machine. So I could program the stencil. That's what I was talking about. If I had one of those puppies, I would just go, I pull this back into Photoshop and trace the outlines, delete the background image, and then run the outlines through the circuit machine and get pretty stencils. I wonder if the circuit machine can actually cut through 2mm foam. That'd make it so goddamn handy. Well, it's not showing the machine. You found a vid on YouTube on how it can cut through craft foam. Howdy doody there, Crims. How you doing? Yeah, boo-boo. Sierra cut. Okay, am I mispronouncing it, am I? Have I irritated you with my bad Aussie pronunciation of shit? No, that's not working for me either at the moment. Itchy head. It's why I'm Googling funny. Well, let's just cut and paste your non-googly funny and type it into my googly funny and see what happens. Hell, damn! That didn't help me either. Create a sticker machine, creative station machine. Meh, I'll look at it later. But yeah, it's a plan anyway. But at the moment, this is the plan I got, so. I googled funny once, turns out it was just gas. I was looking at a specific supplier that I know had a pattern cutting machine. But it came up with 22 pages of results, and I ain't got time for that at the moment. Did we see your link? Oh, I did, but I thought it was Going Ape talking to you. You are making the Evil Ted helmet. Dum dum dum. While I, on the other hand, will be making this helmet shortly. I've just gone through and turned the paper patterns into foam patterns over here, tidied them up, joined them together in a much more uniform way for me to use as foam templates. You're sneak building it. Well, you're not sneak building it now that you put it on bloody Twitch, mate. We all know about it now. Borgie, it's still there, mate. About halfway up the chat screen still. Oh, right. So it's... Oh, that's right. Your family doesn't want you playing dress-ups, do they? My dad still calls it dress-ups. It's like, Dad, I just want a bloody well free trip with accommodations to the other side of the country, and possibly, if I win there, to the other side of the world. Could you be a little more respectful? I got told I should stop playing dress-ups, that it was immature. Last time I got told that, I damn near fell off my fucking unicorn. Okay, something is not right and it's upsetting me. Where are we? Stream Pro for a second. that needs to be over there instead of on top of itself, because that's pissing me off. This needs to be under here because we're using judge music tonight. Save changes and exit. There we go. That should modify my screen a little bit in a second. I also... I'm on the phone and got kicked out. Oh, okay. Sweet. Redneck, lol. I also got told that what I do is dumb. I told them that I guarantee absolutely 100% that their kids think I'm the coolest thing on the planet. I also invited them over to see how to build a thing. Let them try it. Exactly. Crims went out, got himself a knife, a ruler, and a cutting board for about 12 bucks US, which is awesome, due to the fact that it would have been like $20 plus US. You also got told that sewing isn't a worthwhile skill because they don't want to pay your rate for alterations. You told this person to come over. You'll give them use of the sewing machines, the pattern, the fabric. You make a shirt, a simple t-shirt. Come on over. Freaking try it. Dude, my mum taught me to knit, to sew, and to crochet. And for the life of me, I've forgotten how to crochet and how to knit. But obviously I can throw a couple of bits of material together. I loved being the child of a single mum. Didn't bother me at all. I know how to darn socks, which is why I don't throw out socks with holes in them. I just go and buy more fucking socks. On the pretense that one day I will fix the ones with holes in them. Yeah, piss off, Noddy. That's never going to happen. In college, being poor and married with the kids, you darn socks. Exactly. And now what do? We go down to the department store and we buy a 7-day pack for $4. Knitting is fun. However, I can only knit straight lines or you bungle it up. So lots of scarves. Hey, the Doctor Who fans would love you. Gook, clean, and kick ass. Although I don't think I go around promoting the fact you remember the KKK. Okay, just saying. Some people would still find that kind of on the nose. Now, obviously, this part of the stencil is for placement of the letters, but I'm keeping the letters up here so that I can cut them out. Workmates used to make fun of your costumes until you won boss and dollars. There you go. TNT, good evening to you. Thanks for joining us again tonight. Well, technically, this morning. You had a thread and fabric for patches. You had no money for new socks, so I darned and patched. Your oldest got summer clothes made out of cut down clothes from your husband's. You can afford what you do now because of learning to be damn frugal then. Sometimes that's the best education, eh? I think sometimes we can ruin our children by giving them everything that we want to. It's midday there for you? Yep. Your kids have no cell phones because they have no jobs. You're a bad mum. I don't believe so. I don't disagree with that logic or mentality at all in any way. I think that's exactly the way it should be. If you want a mobile phone, please go out and earn yourself the income to pay the mobile phone bills. If you can pay to use it, you're welcome to have it. Ruck, how the devil are ya? Good to see you again. RC UK Remote Controlled United Kingdom. Costs them about $45 a month. Yep. And yeah, if they're generating $45 a month that they want to put towards their mobile phone, then bam. As long as they're not like my daughter and generate a $900 phone bill, that's a little bit of an issue. I did say a little bit of an issue, didn't I? Because you all know damn well I didn't mean a little bit. My sis? If I were a druggie, I think I'd be in relapse due to the fact that I'm hiding this helm build. People always told me to grow up and act my age. I said, how? I've never been this age before. Then they shut up when I started making bank with special effects, makeup and cosplay. Absolutely. People who keep telling me that I can't do this should get the fuck out of my way while I'm doing it. You gotta get back to work? Ooh, swearing in my stream? Damn! Yeah, have fun as best as you can, and we'll see you at the next one. You're 42 playing dress-ups and having the time of your life. Beat ya a 51. 51. And I'm making swords that I send all over the world. That helmet that I flashed up, 51, 31, I wish. That helmet that I put up used to go to the UK. And even after I explained to him the perils of the excessive freight and import duty, and we worked it out using the freight company that I used to send Yon's sword. We ran the dimensions and the weight through their package while he was online with, so he could see. And yeah, he's quite happy to pay for that. On Reddit, a question posed often is how 12-year-old you would view you now. 12-year-old me would think I'm awesome, except my husband is short and lumpy. That's okay. My husband was short and lumpy for a while too. See? 56 and cosplaying when there wasn't even a name for it. Go, go, go. Yes. TNT going 8. When my son was unemployed, I put him on the friends and family with a cheap phone. He bitched daily about the crappy phone. I told him if you wanted a better phone, get your ass out of bed and get a job. When people tell me you can't do that, I channel my inner Barney Stinson and go, challenge accepted. That's what it is. Sometimes the naysayers turn out to be your best friends. Unwillingly, they're the ones who motivate you to go, I can't do it? Fucking stand aside, bitch. Hold my beer. You want pizza, so you'll catch us later. Well, we want pizza too. What's wrong with sharing pizza with us? Don't you love us enough to share pizza with us, Crims? I share my Tim Tams with you guys. I'm pretty much with you going ape, although I have one more requirement with my phone. It needs to make calls and take calls, and I must be able to take photos with it now, because I pretty much take photos of every freaking thing I'm building, eh? Ask Dark. He's the guy to buy pizza online. Now, somewhere around here, I got me a couple of bits of 5mm foam off-cut floating around. Where would they be? Well, that's not it, that's the 2mm stuff. Best stories last start with hold my beer. Watch this. That's it. Getting a wee bit chilly here, guys. I mean, I know it's not chilly compared to what you guys get as chilly, but god damn it, last night it was 1.5 degrees, and I'm in Western fucking Australia. I'm not in the goddamn Arctic, okay? My Walmart phone was cheap and it takes really good photos. Yeah, mine's a HTC. I think it's got a 5-megapixel camera in it, which isn't brilliant. My daughter's phone has an 8-megapixel, and I can see the difference between the photos she takes and the photos I take if they're side by side, if you both take photos at the same time. But if I get her to take photos for me when I can't, you know, I'm holding something, then I can't tell the difference between them later on. Alright, you're going to pee and have a bath. Probably in that order, as long as it's not having a pee in the bath, okay? Because while that's okay when you're in a wetsuit, it keeps you nice and warm, I don't actually suggest it for bathing purposes. Well, that's a bit sucky. The offcuts of 5mm that I thought I had, I no longer have. I probably use them on stuff. No guarantees. Okay. Fine. And, ooh. So we'll just go and get another piece of the handy dandy 5mm that I got in the back room. BBL, be back later. Falcor's just going to say hi, and then look. How am I? I am good. How are you, mate? Oh, is that redneck? Your kids don't have phones. The game system they have is what you grew up with. Your Atari 2600. Well, my kids are all grown up. My youngest is like 25 and is currently in Japan. Yesterday, he and his girlfriend climbed Mount Fuji. So Fuji-san. And he's very, very chuffed about that. And today's adventure was swishing around on the bullet train. They are now where they are spending the next couple of days. You're fine. If your children started a war, you'll also be back later. No worries, gangs. I appreciate you being here. We'll see you when you pop back in throughout the stream. Come on, pen. Do the pen thing. Ah. You don't want to do the pen thing, do you? Is it because it's so fucking cold the ink has turned in like solid mass? Let's try this one. A pin working? You mean a pen? Or are you taking the piss out of my accent? Because pin's the way you Kiwis say it. Take it as you will. Thanks, mate. One more thing, then you have to work. You at 25 years old. Damn, you was a hottie. I am following you. Look at that lovely long hair. Beautiful, deep, dark, sunken eyes. I wonder why my bits cup changed. I didn't change it, not that I'm aware of. Whoop. Come on, Klingons aren't that... It's easier to fill now, is it? Okay. Klingons aren't that bad, they're just, you know, misunderstood. Oh, thank you. Did you do that just to see if the cup was working? Boom! Blew everybody else's out the cup. Oh, back in. Look at that, recovered. Thank you very much, Neon. I do appreciate that. So I did a little mechanical engineering on my Dremel today. I've been working sword blades with the standard 60 grit sandpaper that comes with the Dremel, and then refining them and cleaning them up with the 120 grit. Now, for some reason, in my Dremel kit along my travels, I got double length sanding discs and a double length drum from somewhere. So instead of the sanding disc being only whatever that is, half an inch, this sanding disc is twice as long. Fourth, how the devil are you? So doing wider surfaces like the edge of blades is much better. However, unfortunately, the spindle for this drum is too big to fit into the chuck of my Dremel. So what I did was I undid the grub screw and I pulled the rubber sock off the end, the rubber spreader off the end of the large drum, and that end is thin enough to fit in my Dremel. So I put my Dremel in my handy dandy drill press Dremel tool over there, turned it 90 degrees so that the Dremel was spinning sideways like so, with this end clamped in the Dremel and this end hanging free, and then with the 10-inch bastard file I basically lathed this down until the spindle was thin enough to fit in the chuck. So now I can use the nice wide sanding blade, a sanding bit, to clean up the edge. I'm doing well, Fourth. I am doing well. I'm working now on the oops, where'd it go? Oh, I put it up there out of the way. I'm working on the crossguard details for the Macleods Sword for that commission. So that is going to go there. So that'll go there. There'll be another one on that other side. So yes, the raised letting, my friend. Because when you have a look at the reference image, you can see that those are just two metal plates on the reference image. You can actually see the recess in here between the so yes, that's going to go like that. There'll be 2mm on here and here to give me the raised details, and 2mm on there to give me the border, the word MacLeod, and the two dragon heads like so. We're going to be so smexy! Absolutely smexy! Yes, swords can be a thing of smexiness. If you don't believe me, just look away while I prove it, okay? Nothing to see here, kids. Whoa, look out. Redneck's going on. Currently working on a Captain Jack Sparrow cosplay to pick up your fiancée at the airport. Her favourite movies are Pirates of the Caribbean. Here's a pic of your sword. Fresh forged, no wuckers. I likes me a sword at the moment. Yo ho ho. Oh shit, I'm not liking you on Facebook. Let's solve that little issue. Yeah, it's real pretty. Just make sure airport security doesn't like have a bitch fit about it, okay? Kit and Cosplay, good afternoon. Or good morning if you're here in like Australia land. Good morning then. Indeed. That's the corner with a very irritating sticker on it, isn't it? Yes, of course it is. The airport will allow you to go in as far as the family pickup area. Cool. Just as long as we don't hear, you know. On tonight's news, Redneck MacGyver stopped at the airport as he rushes through security wearing a Captain Jack Sparrow costume and brandishing a metal sword at security guards who just wanted to say, "Cool costume, bro." Pictures at 11. He was last seen dashing through a doorway yelling, "You will always remember this is the time you almost caught..." Fuck, is this a broom closet? You resize that helmet with a few design tweaks. It's huge, but it fits your noggin. Fair enough. Bloody icky sticker. So, have you actually remade it now, or did you just remake the patterns and you know that it's going to fit? Tonight on the news, a man dressed as Jack Sparrow was seen running through the airport brandishing a real sword yelling, "But where's all the rum gone?" And that was on the last flight to Aruba, sir. The rum is always gone, sir. Always. Whoops. You remade it, took it up by 12% to account for the thickness, seemed to fit, although it's not actually based on anything. So you're going to need to draw up some kind of armor to match it. Well, that's part of the deal, man. You get to be 100% creative with the entire costume. You set your own parameters as to how you want to incorporate that helmet into another full set of armor, and away you go, dude. If you put any shots of it up on any of your social media, feel free to throw them up in the link there so we can check it out. Okay, stand by for a little bit of dremeling noises because I likes to dremel, okay? It's my thing, it's my jam, it's how I get around. That's better. Yay! You'll upload shots at some point, but it needs a bit more development first. You've been busy drawing up some sword patterns. After Monday inspired you to put a few props together. Cool, glad I could have my little bit of a push along there. Oops, I just knocked my glue pots over. Stand up. Stand up, David Nabbit. Thank you. All them intricate little details. Gotta love it. Otherwise it'll drive you goddamn insane. Creative Guy TV is now hosting my stream with one viewer. Thank you very much for that, Creative. Welcome along tonight. Appreciate your support. That is not the result I wanted. How's it going? It's going good. Going good. If the ruler didn't shift, it'd be going gooder. That's my creative use of the English language. Gooder. Yes, this is better. You off to a meeting? No worries, TNT. Thanks for sticking around. See you the next time you jump onto one of my streams. Okay, now I can't lose that because that is going to give me the correct spacing for the letters that go in here later. So basically, I'll cut out the word MacLeod twice, but I'll use this as my layout stencil to make sure that the letters are spaced correctly and fit in here nice and uniformly. So I think I'll do yep, that's how I'm going to attack this. Big Chicky! How am I? I am good. But much more importantly is how are you? Now see, I don't mind her going off like that. So when she goes off like that, it's because she wants something that's close to our yard or in our yard to piss the hell off. And if she wants it to do that, I probably do too. You're at work, but a little while ago, you heard me say something about, hold my beer. Exactly. It's my standard response now when people tell me, I'm too old to be cosplaying, you can't do that. Yeah? Hold my beer. You watch this. You're telling me I can't craft and cosplay. I'm going to be sitting here making friends all over the world and sending props to half of them, and yeah, so fucking challenge accepted, biatch. You have a lot of Aussies here in Texas at your work. You don't think they're similar at all? Oh, okay. So that makes at least 3 Texans, or Texas residents anyway, who come and visit my stream a bit. There's you, Kit. What? Creative Guy TV. Sorry, man. No more crafting and streaming. It's over. I'm sorry. What do you mean, dude? What's up, man? Oh, I'm not allowed to do it anymore. All right. Yeah? Chuck you, Farley Brown. You're from good old Arizona. Can you actually say that those things all in the one sentence? No, I just work in outer space. I'm from Ohio. Definitely just Arizona. You can't say much about good or really even old. Okay. At least in Arizona you don't get that down, squeal like a little piggy. That's not Arizona, so you're safe. You're fine. Older than Perth by all accounts, though. Well, that wouldn't be too fucking hard, would it? Really? Come on. Want Tim Tam, guys? You want half one Tim Tam? Take it. You know you want it. Take it. Shit, not with fingers, damn it. It's a bit rough. Kratos just posted up a an image of a grocery store with Tim Tams on the shelf. He doesn't say where it is. That's what I want. I'm still mulling over whether Kit was being sarcastic. I mean, Creative was being sarcastic. That was a good one. Never heard that one before. Because obviously there are no inflections on chat. So I don't know if he's pulling the piss out of me for pulling the piss out of Kit. It's all very confusing. I'm old, I lack the cognitive ability to make the connection, okay? Just that white balance likes to fluctuate in and out a lot, doesn't it? It's because I've got the white piece of paper down here. Aussie inflections on chat would be like this. Yeah, definitely. With a bit of crikey thrown in there for good measure, you reckon? Just getting these bastards to stay where I want them is going to be a real interesting gluing down exercise, I think. But I'm willing to give it a go. It's going to be a bloody bonza ripper, mate. Look out. YouTube's having a spat about something like one of my new videos that I posted up. A copyright claim was created for my... Right. That's okay, I've stopped monetizing the goddamn things anyway, so blow it out your bum. As we've discussed many a time, YouTube monetization is kind of a joke. I'm having an idea that instead of trying to cut out every infinitesimal amount of detail, that I'm going to cut out the border and the solid. So I'm going to remove this section here. And then all the rest of this detail for the weave, once I've glued it down, I'm going to score it with the craft knife and hit it with the heat gun and get that knot and details by doing the heat and spread technique, rather than trying to cut out each individual itty bitty one of those pieces and stick it in. And more mind-numbingly silly would be trying to do all the little pieces of the knot that won't focus because I have focus set for the table length. So from the top of this here, I'm going to remove this section. And I'm going to assemble it on these plates first before putting that on the sword. So if it doesn't work, I don't have to worry about trying to get this off the sword and replacing it with another one. I just have to make another one of these units. I've got to make two anyway. the Just Jeff Show. Thank you for following Just Jeff. Appreciate your support, mate. Welcome along to the stream. I'm just doing a little bit of itty bitty detail, so forgive me if I don't get up and shake your hand straight away, okay? But thank you very much for joining. I'm doing a bit of detail on the hilt and crossguard, or more specifically on the crossguard of Connor MacLeod's sword as seen in Highlander Endgame for the crossguard. I'm doing a bit of a mashup. I'm using the blade profile from Highlander because it looks more like the sword I want to portray for this client, and it also gives me room to put the, there we go, gives me room to put the core down the center of the blade, which allows me then to give the blade some rigidity. But the crossguard, this bit, and the handle are far more pretty on the endgame version of the sword. So we're going to give him the endgame version of the sword from the crossguard up, and the Highlander version of the sword from the crossguard down. And as it is a normal cosplay costume and not a serious competition costume or an attempt to do a movie accurate reproduction, I don't think we're going to be in any trouble with the combination of the two ideas. And if we are, haters can kiss my ass. Itchy nose is itchy. Might have to give the "don't you mean arse." Again with the picking on my enunciation and pronunciation and my phonetics and stuff. It's like, just, man, you're hurting my feelings if I had any. I hope you guys have all started following Stephen K. Smith, SKS Props. He's streaming on Twitch now, and he is doing a fucking beautiful costume again. The man's work is astounding. That bloody wool orc he made for Comic-Con last year was just fucking jaw-dropping. Pretty much everything he does costume wise just rocks my freaking little world. I love his work. So if you're not following his live streams here on Twitch, I highly recommend that you do. His name's Stephen K. Smith, but I'm pretty certain he's going by SKS Props, which is his handle on the RPF and Facebook. SKS is terrifyingly talented. He certainly is, man. That's right, the Thirron Guard who's doing it at the moment. It's just... mate. He did a World of Warcraft orc a little while ago. He did a Chitty Chitty Bang Bang Transformer. Now that's just fucking cool in my book. So there we go. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick that on like so on both of them. And then I'm going to draw in the detail, score it with the craft knife, and hit it with the heat gun to get it to pop a little bit. It will be lovely. Oh, what a lovely day. What a lovely, lovely day. I wonder if they still sell carbon paper at my local art supplier, or whether it's like a defunct thing that only old fuckers remember. No, I am Scottish, and that is the Scottish version of ass. It's arse. Not, yeah. I must admit, I do like the R in arse. It sounds more solid. Ass kind of sounds like sassy and stuff. The arse is like, yeah, kiss my fucking arse. Oh my gosh, did I say a swear word? I'm so sorry. Terribly, terribly sorry. Warning, this live stream is narrated in conversational Australian English, and as such it will contain language that may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for young children. So basically, suck it up, princess. I think I should cut the other one out. Cut the letters out and glue them down first and then put this around the edge. It's much easier to put the border around something that you're stuck down than trying to place the itty bitty bits, or maybe need the borders to help me. They're not swear words, they're sentence enhancers. That's it. Mate, in Australia, it's just punctuation. Big Chicky! Twitch shows that I'm offline right now. Well, gotta trust him. Maybe I'm just a force ghost. Not really here. I'm just a figment of your imagination. You wish I was here, therefore you can see me. Your stream just cut out. It might be a problem on your end, or it might be a Twitch problem. Well, if you've got a problem on your end, I recommend that you see a medical practitioner. It's a shadow stream. That's it. It's on the dark web. Off the grid, under the radar, and stuff. Peek through the veil of a parallel dimension. Picture a man going on a journey beyond sight and sound. He's entered the demilitarized zone. Must be bloody frustrating. Well, thank you, Redneck. Appreciate that. I just see you pop up as a YouTube subscriber of mine. There are new videos being posted up in the background while I'm doing this from a remote location, actually, because my bandwidth can barely handle actually streaming, let alone streaming and uploading or downloading at the same time. So yeah, I take all of these streams and OBS records as I'm streaming. Then I put my top and tails on them, throw them on my external hard drive and potter off to a remote location in far off, distant, deepest, darkest Peru, and upload them to my YouTube channel so that we can watch them at any time, rather than them just sitting there for the 14 days or whatever it is. Okay, so to get the letters, I need to cut to the outside of the line and keep the line. Probably would have been easier to pin the letters down and cut it and trace around the letters. Not so much easier, but it may give me a better result. And that's still an option because all the letters are sitting in the top of the container over there. Dagnabbit, didn't push hard enough and I didn't go all the way through. The FedEx guy is here with my supplies. Time to work on some of my projects. TTFN, ta-ta for now. No worries, buddy. Catch you later. Take care. And Craft, you're a little hard out, all right? Damn, always talking. Well, these are really piss-ass crappy details, man. So, yeah, there's not a lot of talking going on just at the moment. But I got my friends to keep me company. I got some tunes playing there. Don't know who this guy is, but he sounds pretty good. You know, and if all else fails, can always chomp on a Tim Tam. She did leave it here. Did you private message me? Because that didn't come up. And the only post I've got is you saying that, damn, I'm always talking. That's the only thing I can see from you up there, mate. You've not eaten any more of those damn death sticks. You don't want to sell me death sticks. You want to go home and rethink your life. Death sticks. He brought 4 packets and he ate 1 biscuit. Not 1 packet, 1 biscuit. He's a bloody uncultured heathen, Catan. He's, actually, he hangs out with a guy who drinks Foster's, so what else do you really need to fucking know? One of my quiz questions tonight was based on worldwide sales. What are the 3 most popular Japanese beers? And one of my teams wrote down Foster's, because it sure as hell isn't fucking Australian. You have a higher class sweet tooth, like hot tamales or lemon heads. Well, lemon heads, yeah, but higher class? Like your palate is more sophisticated than Tim Tams. Is that where you're going with that, is it? Ahoy there, Nordic, how are ya? I are good, I are. Get out of there, you little basket of eggs. What I've been up to? Well, you know, crafting, sleeping, working, eating, driving, streaming, all the important ins. After eights are fantastic. Oh, it's Fem. When did you sneak in, Fem? Facetious Fem, because, like, she's being facetious and shit. Alright, gotta do some employee candidate interviews. Okay, that sounds like fun. Just don't shoot anybody this time, okay? Just because you don't like their answers to the questions. Except for Crims. Crims you can shoot. She will destroy the employee break rooms, but she won't mess them up. Okay. I keep wanting to apologise for the lack of excitement involved in my stream. But then I keep reminding myself this is basically what cosplay crafting is all about. It's not much of that excitement. Oh, you're one of those people. I will never brew a fresh pot of coffee when I've taken the last cup. And your chances of getting the job just went right out the window. I'll always put the carton of milk back in the fridge when there's less than the required amount to make 1 cup of coffee. And I belong to a religious order that believes that both the sugar bowl and the sink fill and unfill themselves religiously. MacLeod. Well, MacLeod with some flowery details and shit. That's why I kept my handy dandy stencil to make sure that when I do glue the letters down, I put them in the little holes. They like to put, was it? They like to put all their makeup in all the sinks at work so you can't wash your hands. That sounds seriously convenient, and how's your Aussie? Doing good, mate. Doing good. How's yourself? Plan on leaving my industrial box over grandma-sized menstrual pads in the bathroom and then complain about everyone stealing them when no one's stolen anything. Okay then. Not sure. I think we just went to the dark side. Meeting done? Did I do anything fun while I was gone? Well, we just had Going Ape discussing her grandma-sized menstrual pads in the bathroom. Not sure whether it qualifies as fun, but hey, take from it what you will. Yeah, okay then. See? I also passively aggressively blame things on everyone except one person, who I plan on targeting with my emotional neediness. What is a Macleod Sword? It's from the 1986 movie called Highlander. There can be only one. I have a commission to provide the iconic sword used in the movie, which, if you don't know the movie, makes the sword just a little bit less iconic. It's not a sword by MacLeod, it's a sword wielded by the MacLeod family. It's the MacLeod family heirloom. Heirloom. Yep, it's the original movie was called Highlander, and it is a relation of the character in the television series Highlander. The handover movie, because there were 5, I think there were. In movie number 4, they brought the movie MacLeod and the television MacLeod together to try and tie the two franchises together more successfully. But it was Duncan MacLeod in the TV series and Connor MacLeod in the movies. So this is the sword that Connor MacLeod from the movies used. Well, in the first movie and the fourth movie. It's very confusing. Was there only one at the end? It depends on what timeline you stick to. They retro-conned movie number 2, which made them all... What's the sword made out of? Steel! The blood of my enemies. Or just EVA foam with a wooden dowel core. So yep, it's where are we? It's just EVA foam. See, and that's that. I've only worked the sword to the blade. I'm working on the crossguard and the centerpiece and the handle. No, it's not a heavy chunk of foam. Well, it's a heavy now that I put lead sinkers in it, yes. But it's just normal foam mats. Yes. It is a little heavier than normal because it has just under 1 kilo of fishing sinkers lined down the side of the core because the client wanted it to be a bit more hefty. My husband goes to a karate class. His instructor is interesting. His wife keeps calling me though. She's needy. I hate having to placate her. It's driving me bonkers. She's lovely and sad and anxious. A skull-crushing EVA foam sword, indeed it is, to the point that I am not entirely sure that it will get past a weapons check at a con. It has some weight to it. And once it's painted up and look like metal and it weighs a bit heavier, I don't know. I mean, obviously the texture is going to be squishy like foam, so there's that. But yeah, I don't know. Because, shit, there are just things I don't know. I know, right? It's like, really? You don't know some stuff? It's just... It boggles my brain too. No, someone's talking about me. My ears are burning. And as my mama used to say, I guess if they're talking about me, they're not picking on some other poor bugger. The more I think about it, I probably should have lashed out and gone for a brand new blade while I'm doing all this fine detail. But hey, hindsight and 20/20 vision and all that stuff, you know. It's not like I can't do this with this blade. You see a Daedric helmet in the back. Oh, you do see a Daedric helmet. Yes, it's sitting on top of Rory. It's up there. Yes, I finally got the size that I like. So after 3 builds, which seems to be the way I work, I do believe that the Daedric will fit upon my noggin. Rah, rah, grr, rah. Bloody intimidating, eh? Hold that, you. The rule of threes. That's it. Wasn't there some witchy television show that had the rule of three in it? And someone's been eating my porridge and wearing my Daedric helmet too. But this one's just right. You're having garlic hummus, which will make you a delightful conversation companion later. I bet it fucking will. Just as long as it doesn't make you call out for brap all the time. So good though. So good. I'm sorry, the more I think about it, I can't actually find hummus on the so good scale. So, you're past 40, everything you eat makes you do that. Yeah, to be fair, me too a bit. In that conversation, would you be talking at your ass? No, come on, it's not like she's Australian. God, I'd fit right in, except I don't say fucking nearly as much as I type it. Unfortunately, I'm the other way around. I very rarely find a reason to actually type the word fuck, but I don't mind saying it a whole lot. Procrastination props, hello to you too. You're right, there can be only one. There can't be only one. Well, technically there's two, yeah. Hence the reason for my title, but... I do believe there's only going to be one of these made by me. Although the client is not paying the exclusivity premium, so there is a possibility that sometime down the track there can, as long as it's the end. I think I read today somewhere that they were in the process of casting for a Highlander remake. But you know how the interwebs works, you start seeing things flashing up on your screen that relate to other things that are going on because you're now more in tuned to that info. The Batman grenade launcher. It just sounds fucking awesome straight up, doesn't it? So what are you doing today? I'm making a Batman grenade launcher. Wait, another sword design. Yeah, I can't fucking wait. Yeah. Our movie studios can't come up with anything new. It's an unfortunate truth at the moment. Or they believe because they are making remakes and we are watching some of them, it's because it's what we want. No, it's because it's what you're putting out and we want to go watch a movie. And unfortunately, doing remakes of things that we loved in our childhood and our teens and stuff still has that curiosity approach where we're going to go and watch it because it may just revisit those feelings and memories we had when we watched the original. Unfortunately, we're almost always fucking sadly disappointed. You want a reboot of Gone with the Wind? You're a sick puppy, okay? Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn what you want. No? There we go, we'll stick that little piece of goodness on there. One where Red gets smoked out by a train. So all I gotta do now is cut the letters out for MacLeod again. Or an alien xenomorph. Absolutely. I want to see a remake of Lost Boys with a cameo from Blade. Nope, 2 more notifications for my uploads to my YouTube channel. Something seems to be a bit... What's going on? That's... I don't need to worry about that shit. 2. 1, 2, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 6 is there. 8 is there. So 7 still has to go up, and then there's still 4 more after that. Shit. Where's Lee Snipes? I like killing glitter bombs. You guys in stream last night or the night before when Ted was talking about... actually, no, I know when it was. It was during Ted's Dark and Furry interview. Yes. Stop, dog! Where he was mentioning his worst workshop accident. Sliding his hands down the katana blade while he was tapping the handle on. I was quite awestruck that Ted had worked on the TV series Heroes. Save the cheerleader, save the world. From Ted's conversation on Dark and Furry, he was one of the prop builders and was responsible for doing some work on Heroes Sword. Yo, Mr. Yon Lyons, the proud owner of a brand new sword forged right here on the Tyrannus TV channel. And the videos of your build, Yons, are queued up ready to go up overnight. So it's busy putting up the great sword at the moment, but yeah. 4 or 5 videos building yourselves there. He does have an extremely impressive resume, but like I said, I've been to his IMDb page. He has one, and yeah, there's a huge list on there, but I didn't recall seeing Heroes in the list. I was just gobsmacked that he actually had an IMDb page too. That's pretty damn cool. Don't look up Evil Ted Smith, look up Ted Smith. Yes, Ted has an IMDb. I'm not bullshitting. There we go, TNT's on it. Fifth Element Drive, House of 1,000 Corpses, which my daughter loves because she's right into the Rob Zombie movie thingy. 8 acting credits there. Art department 3 credits. Killer Clown, Werewolf in Women's Prison, The Fifth Element, Visual Effects, Scratch Mafia, Witchboard, Makeup department, Director, Writer, Special Effects, Costume and Wardrobe department. It looks like he didn't get credited for Heroes, which probably means he was working out of a workshop and the workshop got it instead of him as an individual, which is a fucking shame because they tend to do that apparently. So, Senpai may say he's just like the rest of us and puts his pants on one leg at a time. But Senpai got cred. Senpai has props put his pants on for him. Well, if it's almost the same thing, I've got a shopping bag over there full of belts that I bought for $3 a pop to use as props rather than as belts. Is that the same kind of... It's not, is it? No. Okay. I'll just go back to my fiddly little fucking details. You don't think that's how it works? Shit. Now, going 8, the last time I saw you wearing pants, you spent half the stream complaining about them riding up your bum crack and walking out a camera shot to pull them out of there. So yeah. Maybe, I don't know. Actually, I don't know where the fuck I was going with that at all. I'm just going to leave it cold. Just... Yeah, that was not embarrassing enough not to talk about. Well, you mentioned it like 4 or 5 times. You were pretty squirmy, yes. Oh, come on. Alright, here we go again. Let's get these bloody things cut out, shall we? Okay, off to kill at Hornets next to the front door. And the Macleods Spirit be with you. Lord, can you imagine what I am embarrassed to talk about so I don't? So it's going to be about an 11 on the Richter scale. Film the nest killing. might have been just a little bit too much excitement in the impending genocide of the family of wasps parked on procrastination's front doorstep. Oh, did I mention that my son and his girlfriend were currently holidaying in Japan, and yesterday climbed to the peak of Mount Fuji, or Fujisan, in the rain no less. 5.5 hours to hike up the mountain from where they drop you off, and 2 hours to hike back down again. And then today they went on the bullet train. And I might just be a wee tad jelly about that. The boy seems to be having a ball. And thank God he's got his girlfriend with him. Otherwise I wouldn't see a single photo of the whole thing. She at least likes to take photos of what's going on. And there's an O. When your son joined the Navy, a huge 6'5" sailor was the recruiter, squaring away some stuff. He was telling stories about how to get around Japan just to scare the mothers in the room. Figured this man didn't have any problem going anywhere. Well, Buddha is, sorry, that's my nickname for my boy. He's 6'3", but a relatively skinny 6'3". He's not like a brick wall or anything like that. But from what his girlfriend's been saying, well, the Japanese girls love the tall boy. He went over when he was in high school as an exchange student, and he talks about it quite frequently. He really enjoyed the experience. Now, remember, like I said, he went over in high school as an exchange student, and he's 25 now, and it's still one of those things in his life that brings him a great amount of joy to talk about. So they had a little bit of a windfall and decided that they could either squirrel it away, or they could have a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and decided to go see some of the world. And we're debating between Ireland and Japan. And the girlfriend convinced him to go back to Japan because he obviously misses it and loves it, because he speaks about it quite frequently. So good on her, letting him relive one of the nicest memories he's got. And from her posts while she's there, she is really just blown away by the whole thing. She's enjoying it immensely. They put an image up today on their phone of one of their phones while they were on the bullet train, 277 kilometers an hour the phone was tracking them moving at. That's a damn sight faster than the train on the Mandra line. I'll give it that much. Indeed, Jesus. Funnily enough, you can still focus on stuff outside the windows. I would have thought it was like that whole blur in Star Trek when they hit hyperspace. But no, apparently not. Round and round and round and round and a bloody round. Woohoo! Only 2 letters left to go. And then I'll stick this stuff down, and then start transferring the pattern of the dragon's heads onto the foam with my pen, so I can trace it out with the blade, and I'll put a fresh sharp blade in for that, I think. Oops, a daisy. McDonald's. Oop, nearly cut into my fingernail then. In fact, no, I think it did. Yeah, come on. Obviously, it's not going to be all skew-if like that. I'll have the paper stencil here to make sure I get the letters in the right place and the right orientation so it looks fine. Time to, do I have to do this for both sides? Yeah. So, this is the 2. Time to try out my brand new glue pot. Yay! Looks for your Patron bottle. As I said, it was gifted to me tonight when I went to the quiz. One of the regular quiz goers was here at one of my crafting days a couple of weeks ago, and we made a gun, a foam gun, based on Poe Dameron's gun for a cosplay that he's putting together. And he's a cobbler, so he noticed I didn't have a glue pot and went, I shall obtain a glue pot for you. And he did, and that there is the first use of said glue pot. So yeah, it's a little bit different than the ones we've seen Ted and the guys use, but it's what he's using as a cobbler. The paintbrush stays upright in the glue constantly, and as long as the glue doesn't go down below that mark there, it doesn't let any oxygen in and doesn't let the glue cure off. It even has that little doohickey to keep it. I like it. I like it a lot. A pair of tickets for Dream Theatre cost you $400. Fuck. Yeah, but Dream Theatre. So, okay, I must admit I'm in the dark here. I'm not familiar. What do we? Bootyliciousness! Oh, booty. Where were you last week during our Dark and Furry, sweet? A progressive rock band. Okay, cool. Did I just let my old age show? Waiting online to be contacted? Well, that's fucking embarrassing. Told Furry don't have Skype. Furry had a failure to communicate by the sounds of things then. We missed you. I waited for you. I did. You waited several hours. Jesus Christ. So, Dark, we're going to get Booty on in a later episode. And yes, even though I had my fancy glue pot and my new brush, I'm still using the paddle pop stick because the surface area on these letters is so small that I think the brush might be a wee tad of overkill. Because it's very finicky. And I'm probably ending up with more glue on my finger than I am on a bit of foam, but hey. Yeah, there's always one in there. You're back, you got a random Skype call. Hey dude, did you do that photo that I would very much love to have in my collection of photos? I put up all these videos tonight. Skype kept screwing up on you, so in the end you couldn't run it. Yeah, it's got a fucking mind of its own sometimes. For some reason, Windows 10, when I installed it on this machine, has several versions of Skype that come with it, and none of them were the standard version that I've been using for yonks. And my profile disappeared, so I had to do all that crap again. Okay, so those are going to go in there, and like I said, the piece of paper is not glued down, it's just sitting there to act as a placement stencil for correct alignment and placement of the letters. So your problem's only since Windows 10 as well. There you go. Getting notifications left, right and centre there. People commenting on my videos as they're going up, including one lovely person who keeps offering to provide me with music to play in the background. I got me some music. I got me some dark energy design music. I don't need their random, let's not come on your content, let's just offer you our music to get our content out there. Well, no. I got me a guy. I got me a music guy. I'm fine. I'm set. Piss the hell off. I tried Discord once and I didn't enjoy it, so kept giving me irritating bloody notification messages all night. My computer was going bing. I use Skype for talking to my international brides and grooms and stuff. If I see Dark say hi, no worries. He was in for a little while and then he just popped out for a couple of bits and pieces, interviews for job placements or something or other. So yeah, he may be back. If not, I'll let him know that you're here and say hi and ciao for now. And Nordic Forge is back. It's like a revolving door around here. In they come, out they go. Or out they go and in they come, I don't know. You know what I mean. That pin is on top of that pin, and this is the bit that I need first. On the O. Oh, oh, look out. Jans has put a link up. I was really excited the fact that that's the first thing that I've sent overseas in my prop making career to actually arrive where it's going. So I asked him to give me a picture of it in its new domicile. There it is, all the way on the other side of the world, sitting on his chair. Woohoo! Thanks for that, buddy. Okay, I can die happy now. That's a thing, isn't it? Dying happy? You'll get someone to take a pic of you. Yeah, please, dude. That'll be awesome. Someone to take a pic of me with the sword later today or tomorrow. Okay. Excuse me one momento. I must do the thing with the toilet break. So I'll be right back. Oh, that's so much better. I didn't buy it. It was gifted, so, you know, you're not supposed to know or ask what prezzies cost. Also, can I just complain once more about the shipping? Too fucking right you can, mate. Although, that being said, mate, I am never going to try and send anything OS by Australia Post anymore. They did not... they did not let me know that there would possibly be such a long delay. Their words were to me 5 to 14 days. So yeah, using the courier service that I used to send to you, I've spoken to a client in the UK and let him know about all the trials and tribulations we had with your parcel. And he still wants to go ahead, so I actually took him through the process of working out what the postage and the import duty would be before I got him to confirm a second time that he wanted it. So even knowing the transport costs to the UK and the import duty to the UK, he still wants me to go away and go ahead with it. It's more likely the US Post. Aussie Post got it there. US Post is sitting on it. Yes, mate. I know exactly where it is, love. It's in Los Angeles in the customs sorting house. So yes, the delay is not a postal delay, it's a customs delay. However, the contract for delivery of the parcel is between me and Australia Post. I paid them. They may delegate the task, but they can't delegate the responsibility of getting the parcel to my client. So because I paid them, they are feeling my wrath because they undertook the mission to send it. Okay, the Hammerite, hi. How did I get into cosplay? Well, we went to one of the conventions here in Perth about 4 or 5 years ago, and everybody was in cosplay, and nobody thought that was weird. And the people who weren't in cosplay kind of got looked at weirdly. And I thought that was just the way things are supposed to be. So I went home and started making a cosplay costume for the next convention. About the con this weekend, your friend who was vending got his luggage lost by the airline company. Oh, for Christ's sake. Someone dressed him up in a ballerina costume one day for some convention, and he's cosplayed ever since. You think I was drunk on Foster's? See. You almost had a convincing story there, Nord. Almost. And the uninitiated may have actually fallen for it. And then you went and blew it by sprinkling it with just a little bit too much of the untruths. Jons, I think I'm pretty safe. I don't think I'll ever be flying with Vueling. Might be on the wrong side of the globe for me, but thanks for the heads up. Okay, so now I need to wax some glue on the back of this set of letters so that I can put them down on here. You're still working on your storytelling skills. See, you can lie and people will believe a lie as long as, if it is outrageous, there's enough truth in it to carry the outrageousness. Me being drunk on Foster's is outside of the realm of belief, and it pulls people out of your story. Because Foster's is fucking crap. Why am I pinning that shit down? I don't need to pin that shit down. I just need it there to line stuff up, eh? Okay, let's get some glue on the back of these. I should be putting the cap back on, the large surface area and the reverse cycle air conditioning blowing warm air. It's not a good mix. Wait. So guys, nobody's shown any recent projects as far as I can remember. What are you guys all working on? No policy. The links are open to anyone who's got something creative to show. So go for it, man. Let us see what the rest of the skillful little baggers in chat have been doing. I know, my god, he asks that every single stream. Well, yeah, it's not all about me. You guys are creative buggers too, aren't you? There we go, Nordic's got a face hugger. We've been spending way too much time watching Evil Dead. And now not only was he impregnated by Facehugger, but he's breeding the little suckers, is he? You need to run. Need to run to the mailbox later. My mailbox is literally like 10 feet outside the front door. Wait. Is that a wine bottle cork that you've got that pinned into? Because that would be really teeny. It is? Okay. God damn. You have to go to the post office to get your mail. Oh, that's right. Y'all live in a desert with cactus. And your fancy non-watering garden. I remember now. Yeah, I have my mail sent to post office box too. And we got the ability to, whoops, a daisy. Australia Post actually sends me a email if there's mail in my post office box, so I don't have to make the trip to the post office box on a daily basis. If there ain't nothing there, then there ain't no email that says come get your mail. You have a post office box too and you don't live in the desert. I don't live in the desert either, and I got a post office box. But, you know, stuff. I'm seeing some of Yon's Dragon Sword YouTube clips are finally hitting my YouTube channel. Copyright music claim, copyright music claim, copyright music claim. Really? That'll be that bloody Radio Rivendell. Because none of that stuff coming up is from Dark. You live in a swamp. One of you lives in a desert, the other one lives in a swamp. It's a wonderful... That's a nice boulder. And in the morning, I'm making waffles. That kind of swamp? I like waffles. You know what else I like? I like parfait. You'll get the opportunity to be nice and close in just a moment, alright? Blink. Not that kind of swamp. The only mythological creatures in your swamp are mosquitoes the size of your fist. Well, that ain't mythological. That's typical Australian mosquitoes, dude. We got cockroaches over here you can ride. Throw a saddle on that puppy. We have cockroach races with jockeys. You know that's the truth, because look at this face. Would I lie to you? Would I? Doink, doink. See? Not at all. As honest as the day is long. I cannot tell a lie. I did not cut down that cherry tree. And apparently that is a falsehood too. Georgie didn't cut down the cherry tree either. It's a nice thing about where you live. We have big bugs, but you don't get cockroaches unless you're absolutely hoarding type filthy. And there are no fleas here either. Not even sand fleas? Where's my little PVC rolly tube thing? Oh, okay. Let's use my big PVC rolly tube thing. Idea is to make sure that all the edges of the foam. Such a rigged sport. Absolutely, cockroach racing with jockeys is a rigged sport. Indeed. Oh. No sand fleas, not a one. Something about it being a cold desert and the elevation. Ah. Okay. Well, that's a good thing. These fleas are a pain in the ass. You're considering streaming in your pajamas because you don't want to get dressed. Okay. If nothing else, it does sound mighty interesting. Gloop. So, at the 3:15, I wonder what there is to eat in my house. Well, guys, you gotta run. No worries, Nordic. Take care of yourself. We'll see you at the next opportunity you got to join us. Thanks for your company so far tonight. Let the hell go. Let the hell go. Well, that's not exactly as precise and pretty as I wanted it. 2mm has stretched a little bit while I'm laying it down against the glue. And closing in all this gap down this side here. See if we can't get the other side to work a little more cleanly for us. And then I think, seeing as I've been streaming as long as I have, and it is as late as it is, I got to take the little workshop elf to school in the morning, which is only like 5 hours away. I should probably look at retiring for the evening shortly, but let's get this together first, shall we? So, anybody want to have a look through their list of creative friends and see if there's anybody there who is streaming creatively who deserves to get a bit of Tim Tam family love? You're off forth, you're going to bed? No worries, man. I'll catch you next time, or, yeah, either next stream or next time you want to pop down and visit. You know where I am now. Don't be a stranger. Take care of yourself, man. I will not have one more Tim Tam. I will not. I shall resist the urge. Little Sparks, love Little Sparks. I love her chromie costume. So yeah, once I stick this on there, I shall give Little Sparks the love. I off the tip of my blade a little shiter. Okay, so we take the greaseproof paper and we make it a much more manageable size. Don't stick to yourself, and do not stick to the paper. Right. Protect everything with the paper. Well, surprise haircut for your son. He just got a job offer at your local grocery store with decent pay. Sweet, now he can afford to get his own mobile phone. No? Now see, look, that is much better separation down the bottom here than that other one. Well, congratulations to the young fellow. That is very, very good news, because jobs not necessarily all that easy to come across nowadays. He has one. He's been using his savings to pay for it, but that wasn't going to last forever. We let him take a break after getting out of the Navy, but now he needs a job. Spoken like a mum. Okay, gang. So, I've done my 2 little bits. Doesn't look like I've done much at all in 3.5 hours. In fact, I haven't done fucking much at all in 3.5 hours. Been guest bagging to you guys. That's what it is. So, I don't care if he lives with us as long as he keeps his shit clean. But John, get one. I can't do that with my granddaughter. She's only 4. Right, I love yous and leave yous, gang. Let me switch this camera across here like this. Bing! I will see you at the next stream, quite possibly tomorrow night after I get home from work. I'll do some more work because I've got quite a few projects that need to be finished in the next 3 weeks or so. Falcor, your timing is impeccable. I'm quite literally signing off and ready to throw a host across to Little Sparks. But I won't do that just yet, because just going to say goodbye. Timing is epic. It is indeed. Guess you go put a bra on and... Yep. Mind you, the good thing about not wearing a bra is it pulls the wrinkles from your face. Put your hair in a ponytail, draw on your eyebrows. Could be a while then, huh? Radio gang, we'll see you all at the next stream, quite possibly tomorrow night. Until then, please remember, this is Tyrannus Cosplay, because it says so up there. And call this stuff cosplay, because it's meant to be fun. Night for now.